Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. The Hitman's Bodyguard is the new movie that stars Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson, and it is directed by Patrick Hughes, who has directed things like The Expendables 3 previously. The movie also stars Gary Oldman and Salma Hayek, and essentially tells the tale of Ryan Reynolds' character, who is bodyguard. He runs like a high-class bodyguard agency, and their job is to get top-paying clients to their destinations safely and alive. And he loses one at the beginning of the movie. He loses one of his top clients who gets assassinated, and he loses everything basically. And then we learn that Gary Oldman's character is like the ruler of I forget which, some European country, Belarus or something like that. And he's a real dictator and tyrant, and he ruled it with an iron fist, and he's a murderer and killer, and he's on trial in the European courts in Amsterdam. And in order for him to be prosecuted, they need a reliable witness, and everybody keeps turning up dead basically. And the only reliable witness they've got is Samuel L. Jackson's character, who is a hitman, who has information that will seal the case with Gary Oldman's dictator character. He's got information that will definitely send him to prison. So they've got to get him from London to Amsterdam in one piece to testify at this court case against Gary Oldman. Now, the only reason Samuel L. Jackson agrees to this, because he's in custody, is his wife, who's played by Salma Hayek, who he's deeply in love with and has a very quite comical relationship with, actually, which you see in the movie. He only agrees to it if they release his wife, who is in prison in Amsterdam, I believe. So they agree to his terms. He starts getting transported. It all goes pear-shaped very quickly. They get attacked by Gary Oldman's thugs. There's one agent left, who's played by Elodie Young and Samuel L. Jackson, and they go to a safe house, and the only option she's got left is to basically call Ryan Reynolds' character in, who she has a past relationship with, to try and get him to Amsterdam safely. They immediately don't get on, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. They've got a history. They're constantly arguing, but they agree to work together to get to Amsterdam to put Gary Oldman behind bars, which is easier said than done, as you will see in the movie. So that's the basic plot and the premise of the movie here. Nothing extraordinary, nothing complex. It's not meant to be. But what this movie is highly entertaining. It's an entertaining action comedy. If you've seen the trailers like I did, you won't be disappointed. What you saw in the trailers is essentially what you're getting in this movie, really. It's a buddy cop type thing. They hate each other at the beginning. They learn to respect and trust each other, and it's what you've seen all before in the buddy cop thing. It's my biggest criticism, really, of this movie. It's basically a paint by numbers action comedy buddy movie. It doesn't try to do anything new with the genre. I'm not sure it needed to do anything new with the genre, because it probably wouldn't have worked. They've stuck to all the rules that they know work in these types of movies. And they've added in two actors who have got great comedy timing, but also great screen presence in Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. And their chemistry is really what does make this movie work. If it wasn't for them, if you had two lesser actors, or two actors who couldn't do with this movie what Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds managed to do with it, which is bring fun and charisma to it and good chemistry, this wouldn't have worked. It really wouldn't. If this had been like Kevin Hart and, I don't know, pick another actor, it probably wouldn't have worked anything like. But they're so likeable, are these two in this movie, and their on-screen chemistry works so well. It's hard not to enjoy it. But that's not to say that this film isn't terribly predictable. If you've seen these sort of movies before, it's terribly predictable. The action scenes are nothing special, but entertaining. But I did find myself a couple of times in the action scenes, which is kind of blasphemous, really. I actually yawned a couple of times while watching the action scenes. So that tells you that the action scenes didn't grip me like a John Wick movie or something like that. They weren't to that kind of quality. Again, it was paint by numbers action scenes. Um, as a comedy, it works. There's some great one-liners from both Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds. They both had good one-liners. Um, but it's not laugh out loud comedy. There's a couple of good chuckles in it, and the rest of it is kind of smile and enjoy it sort of thing. It is not a laugh a minute fest here. So everything they do really well, but it's not at the elite level. You know, the action, the comedy, certainly the writing. None of it's at the elite level, but it's a very competent movie for what it is. And it's one of those movies that you can put on, watch, and have a really, really good time with, and turn it off and, think, yeah, I can watch that again at some point. It's not offensive, it's not bad, everything about it is decent. It just needed a little bit more to take it to that real high quality level, but it is certainly a very, very competent movie, this, and it's definitely worth the watch.